Look up at the night sky tonight, and you see absolute chaos, billions of wandering points of light. But the most recognizable astronomical event in human history is currently forming right above our heads, locking into place for a perfect modern encore. Based on current telemetry and tracking data from space agencies worldwide, we have a hard date for this convergence. On June 16th and 17th, 2026, the mechanics of our solar system will produce an exact replica of an event that hasn't been seen in thousands of years. This top-down orbital model shows exactly what is happening. As Earth moves into its summer position for 2026, the orbital paths of Jupiter and Venus are intersecting from our vantage point, dragging the brightest objects in our sky into a single blinding focal point. We see planets pass each other all the time, but this model demonstrates a gap of less than a fraction of a degree. The mathematical probability of these massive bodies stacking up on our sightline with this level of precision requires thousands of orbital cycles to achieve. With this 2026 summer alignment verified by modern physics, we are left with a glaring conflict. If this specific celestial phenomenon is a summer event, it raises a significant question about why we have spent centuries looking for it in the middle of winter. For 2 millennia, the world has celebrated a very specific story about the ancient sky. We call it the Star of Bethlehem. And every year, that story is wrapped in snow. We place it squarely in the dead of winter, tying it to late December, bundled up in heavy coats and frost. The problem is the winter sky. If you chart the coordinates for December, the necessary planets are physically on the wrong side of the sun. The night sky in winter simply cannot produce the overlapping geometry required for the star. A genuine summer alignment is buried underneath hundreds of years of artificial December snow. The traditions we grew up with have actively blocked us from seeing the actual timeline of history. To find out when the real event happened, we have to use orbital mechanics as a celestial time machine. Since planetary orbits function like clockwork, we can take the verified coordinates of 2026 and simply run the math in reverse. As we calculate the revolutions backward, we bypass the Middle Ages. We completely ignore the various leap years and political calendar adjustments made by popes and emperors, relying purely on the unalterable physics of the solar system. This split-screen model reveals the destination, reversing 2026 data, the solar system locking perfectly on exactly one date, June 17th, 2 BC. On that summer night, Jupiter and Venus converged so tightly they touched, becoming a single, overwhelming beacon of light to the human eye. This massive point of light was a predictable result of orbital physics, a precise, repeatable alignment that ancient observers recorded and modern math can now verify with complete confidence. If this was a massive, undeniable physical event in the middle of summer, we must ask how the entire modern world forgot the actual date. We find the answer in the original timekeeping systems. This text shows the structure of the original law calendar. In that ancient, mathematically rigorous Hebrew framework, the event of June 17th, 2 BC was accurately recorded as occurring on Sivan 17th. But that timeline didn't survive the rise of empires. The global enforcement of the Julian and later the Gregorian calendars buried the Hebrew timeline under a standardized Roman system of timekeeping. This calendar shift forced a true summer event into an artificial winter context. By transposing Sivan into December, the record was moved nearly 6 months away from its physical reality in the sky. Switching to a Roman system severed the link between the astronomical event and the written record. The empire effectively buried the summer alignment under centuries of winter tradition, which brings us directly back to the sky above us right now and the alignment forming for 2026. This chart shows the ultimate proof. When we take the night sky from Sivan 17th, 2 BC, and lay it directly over the coordinates for June 16th and 17th, 2026, they are a perfect geometric match. We can track the specific planetary positions point by point across thousands of years. The zero margin of error here proves this is not a random cluster, but a precise, mirrored cycle. This upcoming summer alignment is the physical anchor. It proves, using raw data, that the original law calendar is perfectly synchronized with the universe, while the Roman calendar remains totally disconnected from reality. The 2026 alignment is a cosmic clock finally completing its long rotation. It shatters the manufactured December illusion once and for all. So what happens when the facts contradict everything you've ever celebrated? The pursuit of truth requires looking past these manufactured dates to find the original record. When the physical data matches the ancient text, we have a responsibility to seek out the names and times that govern our universe. Blindly accepting a winter tradition created by an ancient Roman Empire means living under a false premise. It forces you to ignore the undeniable evidence playing out right above your head. You have until June 2026. The data is available, and the cycle is almost complete. Are you ready to do your own research and finally look up? The sky is offering you the absolute truth. It's time to put the Roman calendar down. Let me know in the comments if you are ready to watch history mirror itself.